Southern Mayo here. How the heck are you boys? I hope you're having a very Merry Christmas. Let me start off by saying that. And I did get a response back from Santa Claus. I did ask for a sex bot for the Christmas this year, and he told me the technology wasn't there, but he'd hang on to my letter for future Christmases. Yeah, speaking of sex bots, I'll tell you what. I'm going to be looking for investors when those things hit the market. I think I'm going to get 5 or 6 of them, and we'll call it rent-a-harem. You ought to be able to clean up with that. Anyway, today we're going to talk about hillbilly hypergamy, the difference between the extreme rural girls and their brand of hypergamy as opposed to city girls. And thought you might have some interest in it, because it is different. Living in both urban and extreme rural areas, I've seen it and know exactly how it goes. But, hey, you engineers out there, you need to get busy on these sex bots, really. It'd be a great thing. City girls, it's all about the cash and gifts and prizes. You know, it's they're looking at incomes and things of this nature for making their decision on what guy they're going to, do next. So, where in the country, it's a little bit different. They have some different goals, different ways of looking at things. But as we all know, hypergamy is like, to you guys that might be new to MGTOW, hypergamy is just a natural instinct of a woman, much like a fight-flight instinct. It is something that just engages, and there you go. It's part of their nature, part of their basic instinct. Really, they could control it, but with today's society, it doesn't matter much, really. Society says it's quite okay. So, with that in mind, let's get on with this. Down here, you will find that, like a girl like that tractor rolling up behind her, she kind of views that thing like a Lamborghini to a city girl. Cost about the same too, guys, honestly. So, they look at your land, what income is generated off of the land, the equipment, the animals, the whole picture of a functioning agricultural operation, be it a farm or ranch, whatever. And that is what triggers their hypergamy. Now, it does help to some degree to keep them on the farms, because if a guy already owns the land, owns the equipment, and so forth, it is a little tougher for her to take it away in a divorce court. Primarily because the judge sits back and goes, well, if you want child support, you want alimony, guess what? You can't take away the man's means of support and get those things. And usually women know how much work is involved on running an agricultural operation, and they really don't want that, okay? It's too much work. You might break a nail. But, that's kind of where it's at. 9 times out of 10 down here, the guys end up keeping their farms. If nothing else, they do end up keeping their equipment, which most women find out later on is a big mistake on their part. But some of the things that keep a woman on the farm, and this one's going to shock a lot of guys, but right there it is. Horses. Women are very much drawn and form up very tight bonds to horses. Most guys view a horse as a overpriced lawn ornament. They're expensive to buy, they're expensive to maintain. Everything about them is a money pit. Okay? Back in the day, they were used. Today, not so much. They're kind of like a pet. But women have a bond toward them that is just almost unreal. And I think that has a lot to do with women view horses kind of like an alpha male. It's big, it's strong, it's powerful, a little bit dangerous, but it's also a caring animal if treated properly. So they form these tight bonds with them, and it's amazing. That's one of the things that help keep a woman on the farm. You have horses, you need land, okay? you can lease them out, you can board them out, but it gets pretty expensive pretty quick. And so that's one of the anchors that help secure her in her relationship. Back in the day, a woman really had one shot at picking a man. She had to pick him for genetics and income stability and things of this nature. And if she made a bad choice and he wasn't stupid and screwed up his vows, she could walk away, but she walked away empty-handed, and that flies right in the face of a woman's nature. She does not want to walk away empty-handed. So, it is one of those things he puts in the back of her mind what to do. Now you have another breed down here, women, that could care less about a horse, okay? Now, a big jacked up 4x4, that makes her get a little moist. I understand that guys' attraction for their trucks, but the girls, it's kind of weird. It's very important to them, as that big four-wheel drive. It's here again. I think it has to do something with the power of the vehicle and things of this nature that they're attracted to. Plus, it's a little show-off thing. It's kind of like the girls' BMW, Fascinating. And I've not really spent a lot of time digging into a woman's logic behind that, but there seems to be one heck of an attraction to it. So, country girls' hypergamy varies from the city girls. They're more interested in, can you take care of me, keep me living comfortably, and give me the toys that I want to play with. That's pretty much it down in the rural areas. If you maintain those things, then you're in pretty good shape. Most of these girls understand that being part of agriculture is a lot of work on her part. She knows that. She's going to have to maintain that house. There's canning to do. There's maintenance items to take care of. She is pretty much head of the household as far as running that household itself. So, it's a different lifestyle for them. But it's also a very secure lifestyle. It gives them stability even in bad times. And that is one of the things that attracts a woman, is security. With the security that comes with knowing that she's always going to have food on the table and a warm place to sleep means a lot. Now, women are also drawn to nature. They have a very special bond with nature. So they enjoy that kind of surrounding, which here again is another draw for these southern girls to stay on the farms. They are surrounded by nature. They deal with it every day. But let me warn you, okay? Southern girls are just like foreign women. You take them out of that environment and you move them into a city environment, pretty soon you're going to have a city girl. And she's going to be looking around for, I want a guy with a 6-figure income, 6 foot tall, same thing, as the city girls. So be advised. My recommendation is, do not ever, ever get tangled up into a long-term relationship. It is just going to be your undoing, because they can make life miserable for you. Most agriculture is generational. It started out at the grandfather, passed down to the father, passed down to the son. And that makes it a little hard for them to get a hold of that in divorce courts, especially if you had that property before she came along. I do not ever recommend buying agricultural land with a woman. It's going to be a disaster. It's going to either, in this state, it's going to go up for sale, the money split after the bills are paid. So always keep that in mind. Know your state laws. You hear me push that all the time. So, it's a different lifestyle, but the nature doesn't change. All right? Women's nature is like breathing. It is something they do unconsciously and sometimes consciously, but it mainly is to reinforce that nature. So, with that being said, that's the nature of it. Even hillbilly hypergamy is something to keep your eyeball open for. You boys have a great holiday season. We'll talk to you soon.